Okay, well, I wanted to ask you about porn addiction.
Yeah, we should talk about it because a big part of my practice is seeing 23-year-old men.
All right, this conversation about porn addiction was really fascinating and I think really important. A really quick backstory. So, Mary Jo Rapini and I both used to appear on Fox TV. And one day we got lunch together and she said, "Hey, when I'm not on TV giving relationship advice, one, like the big thing that pays the bills is being a sex therapist. Sex therapy is basically helping people with psychological sexual issues, and that was primarily coming from porn addiction in her clients. And I was single, and she said, "Ivory, basically I know why you're single because all of the men, the majority of the men that she was seeing as her patients who were having these sex disorders resulting from porn were young eligible bachelors who she said would be perfect for me, but they were basically worthless in the relationship realm due to their porn addiction. It ruined their desire to pursue a woman, their will to pursue a woman. And if they actually got a woman, they can't get an erection. So it is a massive problem, she said. I walked out of that lunch like so depressed. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, I'm so glad I can now sit down with her on camera and talk through more details of this that will hopefully help men and women. And parents, you guys might even want to share this video with your middle school son before his friends introduce him to porn on the school bus, because that's how it goes now. So really quick, before we jump into it with Mary Jo Rapini, I got to shout out the sponsor of my coverage. Lower carbs with Ivory. Signs of not enough protein include increased body fat, poor energy levels, constant cravings, and more. This is why tens of thousands are turning to low carb protein shakes. This amazing low carb is a unique, I have it right here, guys, unique, clean, and delicious high protein solution. Each scoop has 20 filling grams of clean, pasture-raised premium protein per serving, comprising 4 premium time-release proteins to fuel your body and keep you feeling full longer. Plus, each scoop has only 4 net grams of carbs. Accelerate fat loss, reduce unhealthy cravings, help build calorie-burning lean muscle, and more with this quality protein blend. My favorite part is the premium taste. Think about a smooth, cool, creamy shake from the ice cream shop. That is the same experience you will get with this product. Curb nasty cravings with low carb shakes before the 51% off sale ends by going to lowercarbswithivory.com. Link down in my description. Plus, if you order now, you'll receive several free bonuses, including free VIP health coaching and 2 free recipe ebooks. Once again, that's lowercarbswithivory.com. Visit that link down below. If for mobile users, hit the more button. You'll see that link. Be sure to subscribe to Mary Jo Rapini's YouTube for much more. Link down in my description for Mary Jo Rapini's YouTube. Okay, well, I wanted to ask you about porn addiction.
Yeah, we should talk about it because a big part of my practice is seeing 23-year-old men. I work with urology, the urology department, and a big part of my practice is seeing 23-year-old men who cannot get an erection in a normal relationship.
Wow.
And the reason is because porn changes your brain chemistry. It's not going to come back. It's, well, I guess if you go through the treatment, which is extensive and it's really difficult, and especially if you're in a relationship, unless you go through that, you're not going to get over it. You don't just get over it.
So would you say those are your primary clients? I mean,
they're not my primary clients. They're a part of my clients. I see mostly men in psychotherapy because of my work in the medical practice. But I also see from my YouTube practice, I also see people who are couples and they're just trying to figure it out. They're usually with someone or they've broken up with someone and they're grieving. It's those kind of dilemmas.
So, I mean, what would you say to men who think porn is not that big of a deal?
I would say it is a very big deal, and it's different than the porn maybe that your father or grandfather grew up with, looking at pictures in Playboy. Because when you look at porn now, it's in a format, it's very real life. It changes immediately. It's the frequency of the change that actually starts doing the damage of the brain. And then what happens is the brain cannot function. It gets used to fast paced variety. It's taken variety knowing full well that the number one thing that men with testosterone are basically wired for is variety. Variety, the look, they're very sight oriented, they're very focused, and all those aspects of porn make it very dangerous. It is not viewed as much by women, although it's probably viewed more than women are reporting by women.
Hmm.
Um, and it would have a different effect on women, I think, because women aren't, it's not that we're not so into sight or beauty. It's more that women look deeper because the way our brains are conditioned by our hormones, we build networks. And that keeps us strong, and it gives us many different ways to stabilize and to protect ourselves. So when women look at men or date men, they're already looking past the look. They don't get stuck on the look as much as men do.
So, if a man feels like he's becoming addicted to porn, what should he do?
Well, the number one thing is you have to stop, you have to get rid of anything porn related on your computer, on your phone. You need to talk to a therapist. The therapist is probably going to, assess you. They may want to start a medication. They may want you to go to like a 3-week program where you can desensitize, completely get off of porn. And they have a pretty intense therapy program. But it's a lot like alcohol. You won't just get over it. You're going to be recovered. And when you see it again, you can start getting those same effects again.
So, if a man is watching porn and he's also frustrated about being single, I mean, how can he find a woman while he's struggling with that?
Well, first of all, you won't be satisfied with a woman if you're still watching porn. Most likely, any relationship you have will not be successful because you'll find her boring. She'll be offended by some of the things you need to feel sexual. Um, and also, she probably will feel like you're not giving her enough attention. She'll feel she'll feel betrayed. She'll feel intimidated by these other women you're looking at. So, if you're really seriously wanting a relationship, you'll probably have to get off porn first. I know a lot of couples are dating, and the woman will tell me, my partner watches porn, but it's no big deal. If if you've not seen him watch porn, if you're guessing, then it's a lot bigger deal than what you think it is. And if you blatantly see him, then it's already really affecting his brain. It's affecting his brain no matter what. I think they get hooked depending on how frequently they watch it within a couple weeks.
Wow.
Very It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they're really good at getting people addicted to it. They know exactly how to do it.
How can a woman tell whether the guy she's interested in
Mhm.
has a porn addiction?
He won't be as interested in sex with her. That's the first thing. Secondly, he will be preoccupied a lot. He'll look at his phone a lot. He'll try to hide it if he's watching on a computer. Um, I think overall, there's no depth in the relationship. They don't really do well with depth, and they're not good about nurturing what you need to nurture the relationship. They're usually not attentive enough. Their attention span is very short with anything that's sexual.
You know, for some women, it's like, oh, he's not too, he's not all jumping on me. So this is good. He's not,
Yeah.
maybe he cares more about other aspects of me. He's not trying to have sex with me, right? But you're saying that's an indicator he has a porn problem.
It can be an indicator. There's a lot of things that can affect men's sexuality, but porn is probably the biggest one I see, a porn addiction. And we're very careful about calling it that, because once you call it that, it's almost like, well, now they have to do something. They have to do something if they're going to have a normal relationship. But I think if it were someone I knew, I would say you need to go to a therapist and you need to tell them what's going on. And
Wow.
that's very difficult because, like all addictions, denial keeps it going.
Wow. And with everyone watching porn, I mean, so many people watch it.
Right.
It's it's
It's
easy to say, no, I'm just normal. I'm a normal guy.
right. And they do. That's exactly what they say. I'm just a normal guy. Well, I would go on to say that normal guys don't necessarily need to watch porn,
Right.
especially if they've got a person they love and they're being intimate with them. And it's really not about their partner at all. And that's the one thing I would tell anybody who's with someone who's porn addicted. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything. It's his brain, and it's his responsibility to fix it. You could be Beyonce, and they would still be using porn to calm down, to feel good about themselves, to get off, whatever. Has
Uh,
nothing to do with their partner.
Guys, be sure to follow Mary Jo Rapini's YouTube. Link down in my description. She has phenomenal advice on countless relationship issues. So you're going to love her YouTube. Link down below. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting on my YouTube. Really appreciate it, guys. Share this video with someone you think it'll help.